Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the iceHQ Ice Rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on Warranjoy Woiwurrung traditional land for the iceHQ Recreational League Division 7 Grand Final between the Trick Swayzes in the purpley colour and the Big Deals in the burgundy and yellow or gold, depending on your eyes and the quality of the camera that you're watching this through, and certainly the screen that you have. See the Division 7 Grand Final. It's our third Grand Final here this evening for the finish of the Winter 2025 Recreation League here at iceHQ, a recreation league that has over 1,000 players registered in it. So we're doing a lot of people playing hockey here at iceHQ. The two teams playing, the Big Deals, well, they finished on top of the ladder from 16 games, 10 wins, 2 losses and 4 ties, and they had a plus-minus of 20. And what that means is they scored 20 more goals than were scored against them. The Trick Swayzes, by comparison, from their 16 games through the season, 8 wins, 4 losses and 4 ties. And their plus-minus was 6. So both players well up, but the Trick Swayzes not the most aggressive scoring team, but they managed to just get on top of the Hellfish on points. So on the end of the season, the Big Deals finished with 24 points and the Trick Swayzes finished with 20. The campaign through the semi-finals was quite entertaining. But in terms of these two with their matchups through the season, what actually happened, I'll be able to tell you in just a moment. But the Big Deals, when they played against the Trick Swayzes, first time around they had a 2-2 tie. Second time around they lost to them 4-2, so the Swayzes won the second time they played. And the third time they played, they lost also 2-0. And they went to overtime in the quarterfinal and also lost to the Swayzes. So the Swayzes have had it on the Big Deals throughout the season, but only just. They've all been very close or draws. Interesting to see what happens. Aaron Bowl, a player to watch out for the Big Deals. He's the one who scored 18 goals throughout the season. So in Swayzes, players to watch out for in particular for them will be, I'll tell you in just a moment, their number one goal scorer, Tyson DeRico, with 13. So he's another one to watch out for. In the net for the two teams, Rob DeRico in the net for the Trick Swayzes and Jackson Michael in the net for the Big Deals, both players in this division who have been very effective indeed. We're about to get underway now. The Swayzes in the very dark, almost black jersey, and the Big Deals in the red. Almost a jersey clash. I'll try and make sure I get the teams separated appropriately. Referee drops the puck, and we're underway. 3 periods of 16 minutes of hockey underway now. The face-off won by the Swayzes. They dump it in deep. Racing back now to pick it up for them is Toya Selvagi. Plays it around the back of the net. Just stuck with a little bit. Trying to get it out of the zone now, the Deals, and create an attacking opportunity as the Swayzes start to keep an eye on it from the blue line. You can see the defensive players just circling around. Puck goes across the front of the net, and it will be the first touch of the puck there for Jackson Michael, who makes it safe, and we'll see our first defensive zone face-off for the two teams. It's interesting to see how the team on the attack sets up their defence, if they're aware of the risk of the rapid counter-attack from the defensive zone face-off. We'll also see where the Big Deals choose to put their forwards. Do they stack the slot or do they run side by side? And you can see there the Swayzes D pinching in a bit. Not ridiculously aggressive, but certainly keen. And as a result, you get the quick counter-attack past them. And it's Fox who gets the puck, tried to get it across, just fanned on the pass. Second chance shot, loose in the slot. In there was Sharman trying to dig away. DeRico's first touch of the puck, one under a lot of pressure, as Fox came flying down the side. There's someone wearing Fox's name on the jersey. That might have been Delude. Borrowed jerseys or something along those lines. The Swayzes now, they play a very risky cross-ice pass out of D and they get away with it. But it comes up as far as post. And he puts it back in, gets it onto the stick of Sharman. Sharman's got Delude in the slot. Delude tries to get a shot away but fanned on it. It's around the back of the net. Gretzky's office for the Big Deals. They're looking to put it up to somewhere useful. Bale circling around for it, trying to be a threat. And the goal is scored by the Big Deals early on. DeRico might have lost sight of that. We'll see this one on the top-down video, hopefully. Shot fired across. It's just loose in the slot, and it just tucked through DeRico's 5-hole. It's a gap between his legs. And the Big Deals with the first lead of the game after just 2 minutes from 3 shots. And the Swayzes get that one back quickly. Just played across out of the defensive zone there by the Swayzes, but it goes deep into the defensive zone for the Deals, and it's on the stick of Savani, I think. So battle behind the net, puck into the slot, picked up now onto the stick of Bowl. Bowl has room. Gets past two, but leaves a puck behind in the end. And the Swayzes manage to clear the puck out of the zone and turn around all the big deals. Have to go back and reset. Bale goes for a change. Just misses the puck going past her, but it's not a bad choice. And now it will be Barker who looks to play it up the boards. They clear the puck out of the zone this time. The Deals racing back to pick it up for the Swayzes is Jamesis. Cleanly manages to get the breakout. Swayzes break it out now. They've got 3-on-2 if they're quick and they hurry. Trying to chip past the pressure there was McGilvery. And just to get onto the puck. Loose player in the slot there for the Swayzes. The big deals just left him free for a moment. Was Saltmarsh. Can't afford to do that. Now they put some pressure on him. And the Deals managed to dump the puck all the way down the other end. But it's most likely going to go for icing. If you're not familiar with the rule of icing, if you're not au fait with all the rules of hockey, if you play the puck from your side of the rink, so your side of the red line down the middle, and it crosses the goal line at the other end, and no one touches it first, it is the crime of icing and you're brought back for a defensive zone face-off. The sting in the tail in most leagues is you're not allowed to get a change. We don't enforce that here at iceHQ. You can get a change. There's some more nuance to that, but that will do for the explanation for the moment. So the big deals ice the puck. They're brought all the way back for a face-off. It does run the clock down a little bit. At the moment, the clock's in the favour of the Deals, but it's certainly early days for the game. Just the one goal. Puck fired across the front of the net onto the stick there, battling for it to Rico. Tried to clear the puck out of the zone. The Deals now can't quite get it out. It's just chipped away from there for some nice pressure by McDonald, I think it was. 28, we don't have a 28. Yes, we don't. We don't have a 28 on the Swayzes list, but we have a 28 on the Swayzes ice. Anyway, mystery number 28. That's who you are now. We'll have another defensive zone face-off for the big deals. They change their lines up. You see the Swayzes defence staying right back on the blue line wisely. They know the threat. Face-off this time one. Fairly indeterminate, but the Deals look to break it out. Oldman looks to chip it up the ice. It does. But it's just to the Swayzes defence who try to clear it out. They've got to get the puck out of the zone if they can. It's been held in by Delude. He's wearing Fox's jersey. Very handy. Now the puck loose. Delude gets a shot away. It bounces off the pads of Dorico, who makes the save. Swayze's looking to clear the puck out of the zone. Just fanning on the clearance there. Was Hocking. He couldn't quite get as much on it as he would have liked. And the puck behind the goals. It's put into the slot, but the Swayze's looking to clear the puck out. They go cross ice again, and wouldn't you know it gets intercepted, but it clears the zone. Hocking going a backhand across ice. It's generally a bad choice. This is Division 7. They're still learning the game. And they make another risky cross ice pass, but get past the forechecking pressure. Hocking this time tries to go clearance again. Just fans on it, but second time round gets onto it, and it'll be picked up now by Post. Post tries to clear the puck out of the zone, but that's going to go for icing. No, icing waved off. The referee says no, it must have touched someone. Ball coming in to put some pressure on the defence of the Swayzes. And manages to pick the puck up. It's put into the net, just swapped away there. Dorico got a stick on it and just bunted it away out of its direction as Bowl tried to think. Post couldn't keep it in. It comes out, so all the big deals have to leave the zone. Bowl sees it and goes back in to try and put some pressure on the Regretsky's. But they clear the puck out of the zone. This time Hocking gets the puck past pressure there of Black. And it will go deep into the zone for the Regretsky's, but they can't do much with it. Sorry, not the Regretsky's, the Trick Swayzes. I'll get there eventually. Now the Swayzes, they can't keep it in. They take a shot from the distance, but offside was Hart, I think. The way the rule works, if the puck comes out of your offensive zone, so crosses the blue line, every single player from your team has to leave the offensive zone before any of them can go back in. You can put the puck back in, but everyone has to leave before the players can go back in. And that's not what happened on that occasion. They put the puck in after the puck came out, and one of their players elected to play the puck, perhaps not aware of the offside. Fishing around back there, Mosel didn't clear the zone though. Chance now for the Swayzes if they can get a shot away. It was Young who had a bit of a chance, but couldn't keep the puck in. Maybe he did. Now Young has another chance. Chips it in for distance, looking for a tip. Oh, it goes. Young got the shot in. And it just deflects off the stick. An absolute beautiful tip in. That's a goal that you'd expect to see in a much higher grade of hockey. So lovely play there. His initial save was made, but the rebound from his own shot, from his tip, was made by, I think it was Ramsey. You might see it from the top down. Let me catch the player's number. Not Ramsey, that was mystery number 63, Matt McGilvray. Matt McGilvray with that one from a nice shot in from Matty Young from the point. So beautiful play there. We're squared up at 1 goal apiece. That's the game we want. We want them close and tight. As now Dalude goes into the corner for the big deals. They're battling on the boards. The Saltmarsh dumped it hard across ice, but it's going to go for icing. He's looking for a connection to his teammate, but just put a little bit too much on it. Saltmarsh dumps it in deep. Saltmarsh has come from the Griffins, the Latrobe team in the past. The referee asking the big deals which side they want the face-off. Typically a centre will put this onto their forehand and maybe try and get a shot from the face-off. You see their D being reasonably conservative, just pinching in a little bit there. Was Oldham. As Metaldo plays the puck away, but only gets it as far as Black for the deals, who gets a shot on, bounces it's loose high in the slot. Chance there for O'Reilly, who shoots and scores. That was Dalude, I'm sorry, Dalude got that one. Big juicy rebound straight onto his stick. That was a Christmas present for him. A little bit of luck, but also in the right place. And if you're in that loose player in the slot and you get that chance, and you see nothing but net, you're going to bury it. Lovely play there by Dalude. And he deals with a 2-1 lead with just over 6.5 minutes to play in the first. Bowl now with the puck for the deals, circling around, tries to get past the pressure. Gets past one, gets past two, he's got two in front. Down low, winds forehand, goes high and wide. It might have hit a stick. A few players blowing tyres and having a bit of a tumble. This is Division 7. Now with the puck is Corey Black, who tries to put it in the slot, finds Bowl, who shoots. It's loose in the slot again. Another chance, Bowl shoots. It's still loose, comes back in for another chance. They're digging away at it, but eventually the referee says enough. I've lost sight of it, or someone's got hold of it, and Dorico gets a breather. And we will have a stoppage. Big Deals 2, Swayzes 1, with just over 6 minutes to play in the first. Our second last grand final here tonight at iceHQ in our beer league. And you can see Jamie Sedgman lining up, trying to try and fire a cannon if he can, but the face-off in the end won by the Swayzes. But it tickles through, and Rob Dorico not having the night he would have liked. That one had nothing on it, but it shows what happens if you put the puck on the net. Sometimes even the dribblers go through, and just a little bit of a backhand with nothing much on it. Dorico tried to sweep it away, and it just went straight through. Big Deals 3 from 10. Swayzes 1 from 3. Dorico needs to put that one behind himself and settle into the game. You can see it really didn't have much on it at all. Lesson there for young players. You put the shot at puck on the net, you never know what might happen. There's an old saying, more shoot, less cute. And that's exactly what the Big Deals did there. They shot the puck on the net and in it went. Just on 5 minutes now to go in the first. As the Deals look to clear it out of the zone, they don't manage to get it past the work there of Anton Huber, who shot the puck across. It didn't go in. Now it's wide on the half boards on the other side as the Deals look to come out through. They find Charman on the burst. Goes straight through his legs though. Can't quite complete the pass as the puck is iced. One of the nuances of the rule, you might see players racing back when the puck's iced. If you're not sure exactly what that means, it's possible to win the race. So one of the nuances of the icing rule is if you're attacking players, so the team that cleared the puck out of the zone and we're going to get done for icing, if they win the race to the puck, or the referee thinks they're going to win the race to the puck by the time they get to the top of the face-off circles, it nullifies the icing. So you will see players have to race back in a hurry sometimes. On that particular occasion, you could see it happening, but it wasn't quite enough. The defending players got back quickly enough to enforce the icing. Puck flung up high, it goes all the way down the other end. The referee's hand up for an icing, and you can see in that instance that racing down there was Corey Black, but not able to get there quickly enough to nullify the icing, but that's why he was doing it. Back we go for another defensive zone face-off for the Big Deals. Can they turn this one into a rapid counter-attack? I don't think Elizabeth Jamesis would let that happen. She's certainly sitting right back on the blue line for the Swayzes. Wisely, they try and put the puck across. Bowl nearly stole it. Tried to take the puck there off the stick of Dorico. Puck loose in the slot, it's bobbling around. But this time the save made. Jackson Michael gobbles that one up. And with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first, it's a 3-1 lead to the Big Deals over the Trick Swayzes. Swayzes in the almost black, very dark inky blue, perhaps octopus ink colour. Big Deals in the burgundy and gold, or burgundy and yellow, depending on how you choose to call it. And the Deals will try and clear the puck out of the zone. Cross ice runs into body, they put the puck back into the middle. It ended up on the stick of Hocking, but couldn't get a shot away. Jamesis now loses it under her feet. The Deals just a little bit casual, but they managed to get the puck out of the zone eventually, and here they come with a little bit of speed. It's on the stick of LeBron, but he couldn't clear it out. Jamesis got onto it. Hocking clears it up the ice, but it's going to end up not quite in the net. Jackson Michael having to make the save. No icing if it's potentially a goal. Jamesis manages to keep it in with her feet, but her teammate's offside. She had to wait as they chip it up the boards. Now on the stick of Dorico. There's a little bit of room, tries to get on his forehand, but goes around, tries to get through two Big Deals, and that wasn't going to work. And you can see now it's been sent down as Jamesis has to race back, and she wins the race to where the puck, to when the referee says it would have been, she would have got there first. The reason why they call it early is a safety issue. We don't want to, the idea behind the game is that you don't want people skating into the end boards at full speed and breaking the necks. That's a bad day for everyone. So the reason why the referees make the call early, if it's a icing or not, is to make sure that players don't end up barreling themselves into the end boards at high speed and hurting themselves. It's more of an issue in lower grades when players perhaps don't have as good breaks, but all the same, it's the same rule across all of the grades of hockey up to and including the NHL. Shot fired in from a distance there by Ben from the Swayzes. That was Jordan Hocking, who fired the cannon. But a save is made in the end by Jackson Michael. And with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the first, it's still a 3-1 lead from the Big Deals over the Swayzes. There's certainly one there that Dorico would want back. I won't play the replay for him, but watch that one in future and say, well, what can I do to stop that one? It's toughest position on the ice, goaltender. They don't get a rest, and they've got to keep their heads in the game no matter what happens. And everyone makes mistakes. It's just the way, it's the nature of it. Goalies' mistakes tend to be catastrophic. Puck dumped all the way down. No icing the call there because it could have been played. It'll be picked up by Jamesis. Sorry, Sophie Mangan it is there with the puck. Doesn't clear it out of the zone though. So everyone decides to have a bit of a tumble in the slot, but it'll be played out of the zone by the Swayzes, and that's on the stick there of Ryan McDonald. But the whistle blown for an offside on this particular occasion. That was Ryan Hart, who crossed the red-blue line before the puck went in. You can think about it like this. Puck you. It's not what you think, and it's not rhyming slang. The puck has to go in before you do. If you go into the offensive zone before the puck, so in other words, you puck, then it's offside. That's how we explain it to beginner players anyway. Going now to pick it up for the Swayzes was McGilvray, who tried to dump it in. It got past a bit of pressure. They play a little bit of table tennis backwards and forwards. Down on the stick there, Hart tries to clear it out of the zone. Can't. The Big Deals manage to keep it in. They chip it. It's a little bit of a tumbling bouncer. Dangerous puck there. You never know what can happen, especially with Bowl circling around. But he's going to be beaten by the siren. And at the end of the first, the Big Deals 3 to the Swayzes 1. Liam Brewery with 1 for the Deals and 2 to Dulude. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. We don't always necessarily have pronunciation notes for the best, but the best we can do. Matt McGilvray with 1 for the Swayzes, and no penalties so far to tarnish the records of these two teams just yet. But at the end of the first, it's the 3-1 lead to the Big Deals. Best possible place today that can be, but a 2-goal lead is a fragile one. People think, that's a lot of goals to score back, but it often leads a team to feel a little bit complacent. Swayzes will be looking now to see if Tyson Dorico can do some more damage. And the Deals, no doubt, happy with how it's going so far. They've had most of the run of the play throughout that period as well. Not all their own way, but certainly the momentum in their direction. Second period is a hard one for changes. This is where things will go awry as the two teams, when they make their changes, they're on the wrong side of the bench from their defensive side. So watch here for defensive lapses from teams when their changes are a little bit pedestrian. They need to make sure they're really sharp. Face-off won by the Swayzes, but they dump it in deep. Not quite able to clear the puck. And it's loose in the slot there. Jackson Michael couldn't quite get onto it. Was flying through there to do something useful for it. Was the Swayzes on the burst through from the face-off. Couldn't quite sort it. I think it was Cody Ramsey there who had the chance. Face-off this time won by the Deals. They clear it up the boards. They can't get it out of the zone though. It's back in on the stick. Fired wide there though by the Swayzes. Shaw tried to punch the puck back into the zone, but it wouldn't go. Now it's on the stick of Mosul. He keeps players, managed to stay on side. He's got support inside. He's got Lembruni there, who's already got one. Puck on the puck put on the net. Rico this time makes the save. It's in the corner. And the Swayzes look to rim it around the other side and clear the puck out. They go cross ice, but they get away with it this time to a loose player in the slot. A loose player charging down the middle lane anyway. Shot fired in by McGilvray, but it went wide around the back of the net. McGilvray with one. It's the only goal so far for the Swayzes. The puck goes around to the side of the net, hammering away, calling for it, McGilvray, but it wasn't going to go. Jamisa's pinching in for the Swayzes, and she's let player get behind her there. Lembruni, who's got one already for the Deals. She sees the threat and comes back into the slot. That's a risky take when you go in. Slap shot fired by Sedgman, but it goes wide. Puck's loose in the slot. They get another one. A rebound. I think that was Bowl. I'll see the number here in a second. Shot fired in from a distance. Did go a little bit wide, but it's a big juicy rebound. And just there, Johnny on the spot. Thank you, Anton Goss, for the call. I'll tell you who that was in just a second. Puck's in there on the net. Magic will happen. So the big Deal's now out to a 3-goal lead with just under 14 minutes to play in the second. It's a good lead for them indeed. The Swayzes will need to get one back quickly. DeRico now tries to do something. He scored a lot of goals throughout the season for the Swayzes. Puck across the front. Jackson can't do much with it. And the Swayzes have got that one back. DeRico set it up and it was loose. And in the end, it was Anton Huber who was there to tuck it in. At least it looks like it from a little bit of a scrum in front of the net. So we're back to a 2-goal game. You can just see from the top-down replay, it just bobbles out a little bit loose. Jackson Michael not quite able to get it. And yet it looked like that one was Anton Huber who finished it off. It was a nice play by Tyson DeRico who set it up. Scored a lot of goals, DeRico, but now Tyson is on the board as well. 2 goals now, the lead to the Deals. Coming back now with speed again, the Swayzes. Trying to put some pressure on. It was DeRico again trying to do some damage. But the puck is dumped down deep into the defensive zone for the Swayzes who have to pick it up. There's pressure in with Delude, who scored 2 so far. Gets onto his forehand around the side of the net. Put it in across the front. There's another scrum forming. Puck loose in the slot. Everyone's just banging away at it. The referee says, not this time. And DeRico has it, and it is safe. 12 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second. 4 goals to 2, the lead to the Swayzes. Sorry, the lead to the Big Deals. Quite a lot of pushing and shoving, reminiscent of a rugby union maul in front of the slot. That's where it gets crowded, but if you can put the puck there, sometimes magic will happen. Worst case scenario is goalie stops the play, and that's not a disaster. Bowl will get done there for a high stick. We're not playing lacrosse. He's going to play the puck well above the height of his shoulder. And that's against the rules. We will have a stoppage. This time the face-off won by the Swayzes and they punch it through. They get the puck out of the zone nicely. Not quite able to capitalise on it though. Good chance though for them as mystery number 28 was blasting through. They don't have a 28 on their team sheet, I'm afraid, but regardless, they're offside. And it is 28 who was offside for the Swayzes. Blasting in, trying to create some momentum was Matty Young. But they had a player offside, so they have to reset. Remember, puck you. Everyone comes out before anyone goes back in. That's the way the rule works. The Big Deals now have to take the face off just outside their offensive zone. So just outside their defensive zone as the Swayzes bang away at it. Puck through there by Tom McMosel. And the Big Deals play it wisely up the boards. That's a smart way to do it by Post. Post circles around now, looks around trying to find options. Not a bad choice from him, but unfortunately for him, it ended up right on the stick of Hoskins. Back across, though, and it's on the stick of Lambruni, who's got 2 so far. No trip to call on that. Everyone just kind of taking a bit of a tumble now. It's on the stick of Mosul. Mosul tries to get onto his forehand, waits, chips it. It's got Lambruzzi there. Referee's blown a whistle for a trip. And heading over to the naughty corner is Shane Saltmarsh, who will sit 2. Not familiar with the rules and how they work with a penalty kill. Now the Trick Swayzes are only allowed 4 players on the ice. They can ice it with impunity, though. It won't be brought back. So the Big Deals have a numerical advantage for 2 minutes or less. If they score a goal, then the penalty is wiped. The face-off goes into the corner. It's up high at this point. Look for the Swayzes just to dump the puck all the way down the other end, and that's exactly what they do. Driving in to put some pressure on them is McGilvray. Just trying to break up the breakout by the Deals, trying to put some pressure on them and make them spill the puck, and that's exactly what happens. So the Swayzes look to put the puck back into the end. It's Post now who is pushed into the corner, being pressured tightly there by McGilvray, who's doing a good job so far on this penalty kill. The Swayzes with the puck. They want to clear the puck out of the zone. Don't let the Big Deals get themselves organised. And they do, and they push the puck all the way down, send it all the way to Moe. Driving through. They've got to be careful now. They've got 2 players in deep. Their defensive players are alert to the threat. Puck around the slot. Trying to put the puck on the net again for the Deals there. Sorry, for the Swayzes was Mains. Didn't quite go, but it was a good chance. And now they come back with numbers, the Deals. Got 3 in front of them. Look for the Swayzes to set up some sort of a box defence or a diamond defence pattern. Got to tidy up that player loose in the slot, and you can see the push and shove as Scotty Shaw making sure there's no one loose in the slot. Shots fired, but the save this time made by DeRico. 54 seconds to go on the penalty on Shane Saltmarsh. As the Big Deals look to load up, you can see they've got their winger sitting high, looking for the face-off to come up to them to get a one-timer shot if they can. The Swayzes this time, though, managed to get the puck out of the zone, and again, send it all the way to Moe. No one wants to go to Moe. Have to go back and fetch the forecheck this time, coming in aggressively by DeRico. They keep the puck in the zone, the Swayzes. There's 25 seconds to go on the Saltmarsh penalty. Jackson now a recipient of the pass. So Selvagi wearing Jackson's jerseys. As now it's on to the stick of DeRico. It goes around the back. Remember, they're on the penalty kill at the moment. Just 8 seconds to go on the penalty, though. DeRico is robbed of the puck eventually. And the Big Deals now on the stick of Amy Clay. Looks up the ice, goes cross ice, hits the skate of DeRico. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Saltmarsh back onto the rink. Now it goes back in deep into play. And it'll have to be Selvagi who has to go back and sort it out. Goes across the slot, just fanning on the clearance there. Swinging wildly was Barker. Now elects to reverse it around the back of the net, but no one there for them to clean it up. Jamesis pinches in to try and keep it in the zone. Was contesting there with Amy Clay. These two have played against each other for a number of years in a few different leagues here. With a big swinging chop on the puck. Not quite sure why there was Cody Ramsey. Now the pass comes across, but he's standing still. Clay comes across and just covers up the position. But Ramsey gets onto his forehand, went across the ice, but there was no one there. Racing back quickly to pick it up was Corey Black for the Deals. He's well positioned. Puts the puck up, clears the zone. Jamesis now has to get there first. He's got to beat Boll. Boll came with a head of steam. Boll, a very dominant player in this league. Presumably moving up to a higher grade next season. Shot fired, it's loose in the slot again. This time the Swayzes managed to clear it out. It was a big juicy opportunity for them, but they couldn't quite get it. Blind pass across to a defensive player is an interesting choice, but unfortunately for the Swayzes, their heart not able to take advantage of it. Managed to poach that very, very risky pass indeed. But Jackson Michael was there in the end to stop it being the goal. You can see Jackson spinning around, owning that post. And we will reset with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Big Deals with a 2-goal lead, 4-2 over the Swayzes at the moment. Very even in terms of shots on the net, only 2 shots the difference, but the ones that matter are the ones that go in, of course. Bang away at the face-off. Shot fired across from the point, but it went behind the back of the net. It'll be now picked up on the stick of Donald. Donald flings it in. It's a bit of a tumbling bouncer. Almost got a rebound off the foot of Oldham. Backhand almost went. There's a great chance. by Davies, I think it was. McDonald dumps it in, but went high and was stolen by the big deals in Mozek, who has no help. Puts the puck up high. It's fired in, though, by Sedgman. The body's getting in the way, and it just trickles up to Dorico, who pops a glove on top of it and stops the clock. 5 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second. Big deals look to load up again and see if they can get another shot on that and extend the lead out to a more comfortable 3-goal lead. Of course, the Swayzes want to get that one back post-haste. They get the puck out of the zone. Nice breakout from the face-off onto the stick of mystery number 28. And now the deals hoik it out of the zone with a little bit of a backhander. Everyone has to reset. But the Swayzes have it now onto the stick of Huber. But Huber's robbed of the puck nicely by Mosel. Keeping the puck in, though, for the Swayzes was Shaw, who just managed to chip it in. Tried to get the backhander off mystery number 28. And they put the puck behind the net, the Swayzes. Trying to find someone free in Gretzky's office. They got up high, a player. No one in close. And just blowing a tie there on the back check was Mains. The Swayzes having to race back quickly. It's loose in the slot. It's a dangerous opportunity for them if they get the shot away. Chipped over the top with a backhander, but it got just over the shoulder of Dorico, but also missed the net. Loose in the slot now. Well, it's big deals with the puck there in the hands of Sedgman, but he couldn't get much on it. And the Swayzes will clear the puck out of the zone. Racing quickly into the corner to try and pick it up, Ryan Hart. He's got no one in the slot. His team were busily changing. It's that second period. It's when it gets awkward. The puck went through the high slot, but no one there for the Swayzes. Jamisas had to come in and do something with it. Swung the stick just to break the play down a little bit. There's players blowing tyres all over the place at the moment. Buckley, they're not able to keep his feet. Puck brought out of the zone by the Swayzes. Just not quite able to do much there was James Oldham, who had a bit of a chance, but it wasn't clean. Puck goes across the front of the net looking for the stick of Dulude, who's got 2 so far already this game. Back into the corner for the deals. They put it across the slot. Dangerous play for them if they can capitalise on it. But there's enough Swayzes back there to nullify the threat. It's deep now behind the back of the corner as the big deals look to try and do something constructive with it. But some good defensive pressure this time by the Swayzes. They're doing a good job of occupying the space and tying things up. You can see the battle in the slot between two players as they push and shove. It is a contest for position, but also loose in the slot there is Matt Sharman. They let him go. But now the Swayzes come back the other way. Some tired legs. They'll be looking to get some changes. It is hard in the second. Deals trying to break it out. Wisely they go up the boards. It's the safe choice. Onto the stick of Dulude. Dulude's got Jamisas all to rights. Gets around the back. Gets a shot away. And scores. Dulude was turning Jamisas inside and out. You'll see this from the replay. He's just turning around and kind of lost sight of where he was. He gets onto his forehand in the end. And goes 5-hole. Dorico got a stick onto it, but it wasn't enough, and it got through. So the big deal's now out to a 5-2 lead, so 3 goals the margin, with just over 2 minutes to play in the second. Swayzes need to get this one back if they can score another goal quickly. They get themselves right back into this game. They're going to need to do that now. Nate Barker chips it up the boards. The Swayzes have to do aggressive things. The big deals, all they need to do is just keep turning the Swayzes around. But I don't think that's their style of play. They're going to try and score more goals. Bowl comes across to try and shut things down. Haven't scored a goal yet, Bowl. He'd be a little bit frustrated about that. He's their #1 goal scorer by quite a significant margin. As the puck comes across into the slot. Goes across at the front. Black now looks to break it out. It's got Bowl looking to move up the ice. Puck goes through the feet of McDonald. It's just tumbling around. And now Davies has a bit of a chance. Just pushes it away as it goes into the corner. It's behind the net now into Gretzky's office. Davies has the puck. Trying to find someone loose in the slot. There's no one there. Oh, there is now. Moving in there was McGilvray, but now coming back the other way with speed. Bowl gets ahead of steam. Gets away. Here comes Adrian Bowl. Shoots. The save made to Rico. It's loose in the slot, though. They've got to clean this up, the Swayzes. They can't just stand there and stare at it. Got to go get that puck. Back they come now the other way. Bowl just breaking up the move. Now he's got another chance, and he's got nothing but open ice in front of him. One defender to beat. Racing back and seeing the threat urgently was mystery number 28. Bowl behind the net. Puck high in the slot. It's loose again. Good passage of play here for the Big Deals. But it looks like the Swayzes are going to be able to clear it out of the zone. Just tapping it clear. Not able to keep it back in was Savani. And now the Swayzes come back in. Nice little handoff, and they just chip it in. Goes across the front of the net. Not enough on it to be a particular threat, but there was a rebound opportunity. Beals looking to clear the puck out of the zone. You can see the Noddle going in to help. That's wise. Let one player take care of the battle. It's mystery number 28 for the Swayzes. Tries to get the puck into the slot. It's cleared out though. Nice play there, Sedgman. Got it on his backhand. Dribbles across the side of the net. Just rings off the post. And now it will be picked up by Lambruni. Can't clear it out though. There's good pressure there by mystery number 28. And the puck will be stopped by the end of the period. At the end of the second, it's 5-2 for the Big Deals, 19 shots to 15. So the shots on the net, pretty even, but the scoreboard not telling a similar story. Duluth scoring the first one in the first, and then McGilvray evening it up. And Duluth got to one from Black late in the second, and Lambruni got the third one for the Big Deals at the end of the second. And in the third, early on, Mosel got one for the Deals to take it out to a 4-1 leader. Then Huber got one back for the Swayzes from Hocking and Tyson DeRico, which was a lovely goal. It's that beautiful tip in. And then the rebound. But then Duluth got one back, retaliated very quickly for the Big Deals, and we're out to a 5-2 lead with one period. 16 minutes to go in this grand final. If there's a 2-goal or less differential with 2 minutes to go, we'll go to what's called stop time, and that's where the clock will stop every time the referee blows their whistle. Otherwise, the clock will continue to tick. So the Big Deals at the moment, the clock's certainly in their favour. They don't need to score any goals, and the Swayzes need to score 4 goals in order to win. It's a big ask, but it's not impossible. Anyone who's a Maple Leafs fan knows just how easily you can throw away big leads. They're famous for that one. Sorry, Toronto, you knew the risks. The Big Deals won't make that mistake. I think they're a bit smarter than the Maple Leafs, certainly in this context. They tip the puck in from the face-off. Jamesis just gets past the forechecking pressure there of Sharman. And now Buckley looks to try and do something constructive. Gets onto the forehand, but is pushed into the corner. Bit of an axe swing as the puck goes across the front. The Big Deals now will be just looking to shut down the options and keep the lanes closed. Make sure there's no leaving the puck behind in the slot like that, because that's what will happen. And you just saw a good turnover. 3 quick shots in the net by the Swayzes. You get a little bit careless with the puck in your defensive zone. That's what will happen. But blasting in, trying to get past everyone there was Post. Was ridden off the puck. And now it'll be picked up by DeRico for the Swayzes, but he can't do it cleanly. And it's battling now in the corner. The puck cleared up high. Bowl on the ice. Cannon is fired from the blue line. Bowl couldn't make the connection. Swayze's coming back the other way, but not quite able to handle it cleanly. Bowl comes in and just tips the puck away from Hocking. And now it's played up ice by Huber. Huber tries to find a connection in DeRico, who tries to chip it past everyone. They managed to keep the puck in the zone, the Swayzes. They've got a chance here now if they can. Going back to pick it up for the Deals is Bale. And she, in the end, chips it safely up the boards. It's a smart thing to do. They cleared the zone, the Deals, that forces the Swayzes to turn around. No one particularly wanted the puck, and wouldn't you know it, they gave it to Bowl. Bowl gets on a forehand. Save made. DeRico, though. Last line of defence there. They owe him a few beers, the Swayzes. But Andrew Bowl comes sailing straight down the middle, and no one was interested in marking him. This time the Swayzes, though, get the puck up onto the stick of Tyson DeRico, who's pushed into the corner, though. There's plenty of Deals back there. He gets a shot on the net. He didn't have enough on it to get past Jackson Michael, who got a pad down and a stick down and a glove down, and it was saved by him quite nicely. 14 minutes to play in the third and final period of this grand final game between the Big Deals and the Hat-Trick Swayzes. The lead so far solidly in the hands of the Big Deals with a 3-goal lead with 13.5 minutes to play. Swayzes have got to get one back quickly. Deals managed to chip the puck out of the zone. DeRico goes out to play it, thus nullifying any icing. And they try and clear the puck out of the zone, but the Dills have it again. Chipping in a bit of a speculative backhander there was Selvagi. Another chance for it. Keeps the puck in the zone. This time, however, it's beaten past her, but Young couldn't take it with him. Another battle for it, but pushed in deep. No one there for the Swayzes this time as the puck goes backwards and forwards. Mangrum now has the puck, but is dispossessed, just trying to chip it forwards. Now it's punched into the zone by Young, but the Dills return the favour and fling it back out. Mangrum calling for a very risky cross-ice pass. I know it's the end of the game and you've got to score some goals, but that's a big call. They take the shot. Swayzes a little bit on their heels at the moment. They've got to pick themselves up if they're going to do this and pick up the intensity a few percent. Can't afford to let the Dills go. As Lambroni got through. Little backhander attempted there by Corey Black. Just went a little bit wide. It was a good chance. Lambroni, though, has the puck poked away and ends up on the corner. And Sedgman tries to do something with it but can't get it past. Barker has another go. Swayze's got to clear it out of the zone if they can. Just being a little bit casual with the puck. Now is not the time for cute. They get past everyone. Rickson now tried to get past Barker. It's gone in deep. The Dills will get there first and pick it up. Bit of forechecking pressure though comes through, but not enough to stop the breakout. Dills have it cleanly. Swayze's changing. Third period changes go back to being a little bit more manageable. Mosul can't quite hold it as the puck comes out. Chance for Saltmarsh if he can manage it, but doesn't manage to take the puck with him in the battle. Now Mains is battling for it with the Dills, and they just fanning on the clearance again. The Swayzes. Puck goes into the slot, and shot was fired by Lambruni. It was loose in the slot, but it looks like Dorico just got onto it. See him just floating out high, totally unmarked. Gets a shot away. Everyone lost sight of it, but Dorico was on top of it, and that will do. 11.5 minutes to play in the third. Face off this time won by the Dills. They get a shot in, but sticks it away. Saltmarsh got a blade down on top of it. Goes across into no man's land. Poked back in nicely there by Dalude with 3 goals so far. That jersey of Foxes is pretty handy. Saltmarsh throwing himself down on the ice, taking himself out of the play. Now a chance for the Swayzes, but the Dills are going to get there first, which will be an icing as the referee's hand is up. Nope, icing is waved off. Swayzes try and chip it in past, trying to find Saltmarsh behind the net. It was up high and bouncing. Puck comes out of the zone, not quite able to get onto it. Hart. As the two players battle along the boards. Amy Clay, in the end, shovels a backhander across the front of the net. Dorico got onto it, though, and cleared it out. And now the Swayzes with a chance. Mystery number 28 has the puck, plays it up to, unfortunately for him, no one in particular. And wisely, Amy Clay just dumps it. And the Swayzes are going to be penalised for too many players on the ice. And as a result, the Dills will have a numerical advantage. The first penalty of the game. Is it? No, it's not the first penalty of the game. Shane Saltmarsh got one earlier on for the Hat-Trick Swayzes, I'm afraid. So Swayze's second favourite in this penalty. This time it's a bench penalty. They had too many players on the ice. Sometimes it's a little bit confusing when they're changing. You are allowed a 1.5 metre leeway when your player's coming off to get on. But you're not allowed to play the puck if that's the case. It can be a little bit of a judgment call at times. But the referee's confident that the Swayzes had too many. Barker tried to chip it in, but sticking the way as players are tumbling around in front of the slot, battling for position, and that was Black who got knocked over. The Dills put it across the front of the slot. They do have the extra player. Just sweeping it in there was Barker. Had more time than he realised, perhaps. And the Swayzes will try and dump it out of the zone, but they can't hit the back of Dorico. But perhaps fortuitously, now Dorico has a chance. Bowl, though, is back. Bowl by far and away the dominant goal scorer and fastest player in the rink, but is pushed off the puck by Dorico, who's been pretty competitive himself. Puck is now in the corner. Swayze's not overcommitting wisely. They're on the penalty kill. Just managing to get there in time there was Buckley. And the shot's fired and the shorthanded goal to the Swayzes. They needed that one. It brings it back to a 2-goal game with 8.5 minutes to go. They've got to love a shorty. Dill's not able to clear the puck out of the zone. Just get a little bit of a reset. This means we will, if the score differential remains like this, we will go to stop time with 2 minutes to go. The penalty's over. Jamesis will be back on the ice on the drop of the puck, or at least should be according to the scoreboard, unless there's been an error somewhere. Big Deals now taking advantage of puck loose across the front of the net, not able to capitalise on it. Was Mosel, who was beautifully positioned, but just couldn't quite get onto it. Now the Deals looking to try and make amends for that short-handed goal, if they can. The penalty scoreboard seems to have lost the status of the penalty on my play, but it's 10 seconds to go on it. Dorico now has a loose puck in front of the net. No Deals there to grab it. Swayze's a little bit lucky there. Puck bounces off Huber, who got some body in the way. Cross ice pass out of D in a penalty kill, always a brave call. Was intercepted by Sedgman, who gets a shot away. It goes wide. Dorico nearly funneled it back in. They're back to full strength with 5-on-5 hockey now. And the puck is iced by the Swayzes, and back it comes. 7 minutes and 20 seconds to play in this third period. 2 goals the lead. So at this point, what will happen if it stays like this is we will go to stop time with 2 minutes to go. Face off this time, won by the Deals. Shot fired hard, got onto it well nicely. Was Delude, but it went wide. Doesn't matter how hard it goes if it misses. Dorico has to come out and play another one there. It's still loose. Referee not blowing it up. Apparently the puck's still in play. Big Deal still with the puck. This goes into the slot, but now it's a chance for them to break out the Swayzes. It's onto the stick of mystery number 28, who dumps it in. Trying to find a connection. The puck loose in the front of the slot. They shoot. It's loose. A big rebound from Jackson. Wouldn't go. They play it up high. It's gone to the point in McDonald, who flings it in. Trying to get the puck on the net. Deals back in numbers. And they run the puck behind the back of the net. And unfortunately for the Swayzes, it gets past the D. Jamesis is now trying to chip it back up. Baloo just floating around open in the slot was free, but the puck's still in play. They haven't managed to clear it out of the zone yet, the Swayzes, and now they do, but it's going to go down the other end, and that will be an icing. Referee with a hand up quite clearly for the icing call, and it will come back, and the clock will run down, and the 2-goal lead will be maintained. Big Deals with one hand on the trophy. Haven't got 2 hands on it yet, but it's looking pretty good for them with a 2-goal lead with 5.5 minutes to play. But anything can happen, especially when you go into stop time and teams pull the goalies. Face off there won by the Swayzes. Not able to break it out cleanly though. Just trying to push it through with his feet there was McGilvery. Puck into the slot, comes up high. It's onto the stick of Hocking, who clears it out of the zone. It's dumped down. Jackson will come out to play it for the Deals. Just touches the puck. And now the Deals will look to play it out through Bale. Went up the middle. Found Bowl, who has room. Bowl gets past the first bit of pressure, but is forced down deep into the corner. Has to go behind the net, hits the brakes. Goes back into the corner. Big Deal's there in numbers. So too those Swayzes. This time Bowl caught with it. Goes back behind the net. Looks to try and put it inside. He's got a loose player there. If he can get it to them. Puck just sitting in the slot. No one wanted it for a little while. Swayzes clear it out. It's going back now to pick it up. Selvagi. Swayzes changing. They want to be quick. Bowl's got a chance now. Deals not alert to the fact that Bowl's there. He tries to wrap around, but he didn't have much in the way of support. Larumbi was coming, but just a little bit slow. Deals keep it in though. Chance now for another goal if they can get it. Sooner or later, the Swayzes are going to want to pull their goalie and go 6-on-5, but they can't do it at the moment under this level of defensive pressure. They need to take some sort of a risk. They've got to get a goal quick. It's kept in by Post, who just pushes the puck into the corner, goes across the front, seen behind the net by Dorico nicely. Jamesis now has it, tries to get past the pressure of Black. Gets it onto the stick of Delude, who tries to clear it out, but it's kept in again by the Deals. Who fire it in, but it hits bodies, and now it eventually, no, it still doesn't clear the zone. It looked like it might have. Down in the feet of the Swayzes players to get a shot, but it goes behind the back of the net. Dorico loses his feet. He's got to get up quickly. Jamesis now has it. Plays it up the boards. It gets out of the zone, luckily for the Swayzes, but onto the stick of Lambruni, who circles around. Just caught offside there was Black. Jamesis now with a bit of room, a little bit more time than perhaps she realised. She was being watched closely by both Bowl and Black. Now the Deals play the puck back hard. Hocking just dumps it in, but Swayze's offside, having to reset. As Ramsey was caught. Now back they come the other way, the big deals. Bowl now will pick it up, just pauses and hits the brakes. Circles around. Tried to put the puck across into somewhere useful, but it hit the feet of Dorico. Lambruni there had a little bit of a chance, but it wouldn't quite go. Finds Bowl again, though. It's been a very effective line for the deal so far. Bowl just hoiks it in backwards and keeps the puck in play. Jamesis now tries to chip it out and does. Nicely. It's onto the stick of Davies. He's surrounded by burgundy jerseys. Boven, number Lambruni 4, calling for it. But it's deep into the corner as the Deals rim the puck out. 2.5 minutes now to play. 3 goals the lead. The Deals with one hand on the trophy. They chip it high and long, looking for a speculating stretch pass. It gets onto the stick of Mosel. Mosel goes backhand. Dorico gets in the way and shuts it down. 2.5 minutes to go in this grand final. Can the Deals sew it up? Or can the Swayzes get a couple of quick turnarounds? It's only 2 goals of difference. And we do go to 2 minutes down. It will go to stop time. It's onto the stick now of McDonald, who ices the puck, or at least clears it down, tries to find something. And we've got a hand up for something. And it looks like the Swayzes absolutely the last possible thing that they wanted at this particular point in time. It's heading over into the box is Tyson Dorico, who will have to sit 2 with just under 2 minutes to play. So we are now stock time. We're now stop time, which helps the big deals and certainly does not help the Swayzes. Interestingly enough, though, if they pull the goal in now, things become very interesting indeed in terms of where the rules work. But the puck cleared out of the zone by the Swayzes, but they need more than just clearances. They need goals, and they need them quick. 1 minute and 50 seconds to play. Bale hoiks a backhander. Sorry, not Bale. That was Post hoiked a backhand, but it didn't get out of the zone. Swayze's trying to jam in and get something happening. They've only got 4 on the ice. They are on the penalty kill. As having to sit out the last bit was Dorico, who's probably the most dangerous player. They get a shot. Jackson Michael watches it, and the clock will stop. 1 minute and 35, and they reset. Stop time now in the favour of the Swayzes. Big Deals can't just ice the puck and run the clock down. They have to play every second. But they can still ice it, and it still will take 10 seconds off the puck, which is all you really want to keep doing in this situation. Just take away the scoring options. But that's it. They are on the power play as well. And they pick the puck up. It's onto the stick of Delude, who gets past Dorico, but Dorico manages to make the save, keeps him in the game. Just 1 minute and 20 seconds now to play. Dorico tested again. It was loose across the front, trying to get a tip in the Deals, but it wouldn't go. As the Swayzes look to clear the puck out. Nice pressure there, Sharman. But the puck is dumped clear, and that's no icing because the Swayzes are on the penalty kill. As Jackson Michael comes out to play it behind the net. Arguably a little bit brave, but perhaps he wanted to have a little bit of fun. Bowl now picks the puck up, 1 in front. They're on the power play. He's got Swayze's coming back to help. Dorico has the puck, makes the save. The whistle is blown, and he drops it. He wanted to keep the puck alive. I'm not sure I'd want to drop it onto Bowl's stick, though. That would be a brave call. 52.2 seconds to play in this third and final. 5 goals to 2 the lead to the big Deals. We've got one more grand final to go tonight. It'll be the Div 6 grand final between the Reapers and the Rock Lobsters. 52 seconds, the clock starts. A shot from the face-off. Good option there by the Deals. It's battling behind the net and coming away with it was Buckley. But all he can do is reverse it. Gets onto Lambruni. Lambruni takes his time, tries to lob it in. Getting in the way was Matt Young. The referee's stopping that. It looks like Matty Young might have worn that puck right in the face. But showing no sign of concussion. iceHQ with a brand new concussion protocol. If you show any signs of a concussion or are assessed as a concussion by the officials, you are required to have a 21-day holiday, and it's long overdue, and glad we've got it here at last. But it's a bit bittersweet. Regardless, Jamesis tries to chip the puck out of the zone. 33 seconds to go. She's on her own. She hasn't got much with her. Dorico in the box. That's the one they were probably looking for. Can't do much about it. As the Deals don't need to do terribly much except run the clock. Swayzes get onto the ice with McDonald. He tries to blast through. 16 seconds now to play. Just under 10 seconds in a second. Hart gets a shot and scores. So Ryan McDonald that was who got that one. We are now a 1-goal game with 10 seconds to go. Stop time. And the Swayzes get another one. They're still on the penalty. They've got 5 on the ice. They're only allowed 4. They're certainly not allowed 6. Oh, they've pulled the goalie. That's okay. They may as well. So they've gone 5 on with the goalie off. But Deal steal it. Jamesis with a poke check in the last line of defence. That's what they needed. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. That's going to do it. And the Big Deals have won the grand final for Division 7 Winter 2025 here at iceHQ. A valiant effort by the Swayzes. They came back hard at the finish, and for a long time they looked pretty good. But they couldn't quite get over the top of the Big Deals, who have taken the Division 7 grand final from the Swayzes 5-4, 29 shots to 22. The Swayzes finishing with Dorico in the penalty box, unfortunately for them, which didn't help. But that's the way it goes sometimes. We'll be bringing you the Division 6 grand final at 8:40, more likely 8:45, 8:50. And that will be between the Reapers and the Rock Lobsters at around about 8:45-ish. We'll be bringing you that grand final. I hope you've enjoyed that. My name's Carl Brewer, and I hope you've enjoyed the coverage of the grand final for the Big Deals and the Swayzes. What a cracker of a game. We'll be back with the next one. Bring it on.